Hey, it's me, Silver the Wag. How's it going? Hope that your Monday was good. Today is Tuesday. Yes. Okay. It is. And as I picked up the mug, I realized why I like my cozy so much. Because my hands are sensitive to cold, to heat, not cold. And my ears are sensitive to noise. Please stop that, mouse. It keeps doing the noise, the noise when something it keeps connecting and disconnecting on the computer. That's annoying. Okay. This is the first mug cozy that I made in crochet. It looks like ass. I could probably whip up one that looks a lot better than this. A lot faster now. But yeah, this was my first successful crochet thing. And that's what I'm going to use now to be able to hold this mug. Not this one, this one. Anyway, okay, there we go. Now we can hold it. Because it's not extremely hot. I just can't. I just like to hold it like so. Yeah. Well, thank you for all the subscribers. I was not expecting that when I looked at it. It kind of shocked me, but I'm thankful anyway. Like I said in the post, it's really funny to me, since I'm not even doing anything. And when I did conferences, and even when I taught classes, or tutored classes, there weren't that many people in there. So yeah, whether the videos are getting that number of visualizations, yeah, that's a different story. But to have that many people subscribed, let's say enrolled, and some views, and some people even like it. It's like going to a conference or teaching a class and getting a thumbs up at the end. Even though I'm not teaching anything, I'm just sat here in my Victorian looking nightie in bed, because my office chair is not very comfortable, because the back didn't have a neck rest, so I had to get one extra. I ordered it online. It's not bad. The problem is that the chair doesn't really have a place to hold the thing, so it keeps just going like. Yeah, there's that. But eventually, when the weather really starts getting hot, I'll have to move to the desk. Yeah. There were also the elections, and the Prime Minister is currently in talks with fascists. Let's say it's in Portugal, and I'm going to put that clearly, since I've already spoken in Portuguese in here, and there have been moments where I spoke Portuguese around. But yeah, fascism has been illegal in this country since 1974, after the revolution, rightfully so. And fascism is always right wing. Dictatorship is a different thing. I mean, both can be connected, but fascism is right wing. There's no debate there. That's just a fact. A dictatorship is something different. I feel like Mariano Rajoy saying a plate is a plate and a cup is a cup. Like, it's not rocket science. One quick Google search will tell you that. Let me do that. Fascism is a far-right, authoritarian, and ultra-national political ideology and movement. It is characterized by a dictatorial leader, centralized autocracy, militarism, forcible suppression of of freedom of speech and so things like that. A small group under one party. Yeah. It's far right. Dictatorship is something else. I can look that up as well. Dictatorship. Dictatorship meaning. Government by a dictator. Doesn't say which leanings this dictator has to have. Yeah, basically. That's not up for debate. It's just a definition. And the moderate right, the center right one. I naturally didn't vote for that because I don't really trust their leader. He looks like a sleazy car salesman. I'm just going to say it the way it is. Was still like teasing, not saying who we would partner with, whether with the fascists or with the moderate left. And they are fascists. They are fascists, openly so. One of them even started with populism against people of Roma and Gypsy descent, like as part of the campaign, because there's a strong sentiment that these people are getting unrightful support from the state, which is complete bollocks. Like, they get as much support as any other vulnerable group. It's just like, oh, they don't work and they get this and that and the other. And I'm like, yeah, that's the case for anyone who lives on their own and needs support. Also, people don't just hire, I'm going to say Roma people, even though I know that's not exactly correct. But I know that the other one offends some people who are ignorant, but I'm gonna say that. They're not hired for their ethnicity, even though a lot of people look like that. So in order for someone from that ethnicity to be hired, they have to hide that they are that ethnicity, and they have to leave the community. Yeah, basically, it's a whole thing. It's the same thing with any ethnic minority, like, and I'm not an ethnic minority, but I am overqualified academically to get underqualified jobs under many reversed commas, because they have to pay you your education, basically. So yeah, they see my education and they're like, oh, nope. Yeah, so it's just very frustrating that I've been studying for all this time, and yeah, I'm just and have to get a bunch of paperwork and stuff, and bureaucracy, just to try and get some support from the university, not the state, the university. It's just, and yeah, I provided my medical records and everything, and just explained why I had to change the subject and could not really finish the project last year. And yeah, now I need the IRS and a bunch of things, you know. It's a pain. It's a pain. But I will try to get there. And I'm rambling. But I feel like I need to ramble. Oh my god. The email about the support came yesterday, so yeah. It's a habit to, yeah, since it's in the past, we point to the back, which is something that, for example, Native American people don't really do, and other peoples who speak ancient languages, because to them, in their old worldview, the future is in the back, the past is in the front, because they can see the past, they know the past. And they cannot see the future. So when you talk to people who speak those languages and you ask them to, like, tell you something about the past, they tend to lean forward or to, like, you know. And when you ask about the future, they go like, well, when I get there, you know. That's something we learned in linguistics. It's related to the Sapir-Whorf theories about language influencing worldview and perception. Education. Yeah, I don't regret that degree. I was very unhappy in geography, but this one, despite all the criticism that the humanities get for being the unemployment degree, well, I'm proof of it, because I keep sending CVs and just getting crickets in return. Sorry. I still like my degree. I did. And if you're studying and watching this, I hope that you make educated decisions when picking your major, because mine, when I went to geography, was just random, following people I knew, because I just didn't really know what I wanted to do, since I was being forced to do something else that I did not have the grades to do. I did not have the exams necessary for that. I mean, I did have the exam, but it was not good enough. So I ended up in geography. I didn't even apply for modern languages when I first applied, and then I was in geography for a long time, and it almost ended me. So but yeah, I was very surprised to see the room full of people. And I'm still thinking about the lesson, the class I will attend on Thursday with my professor. I hope that that one is also full of people. I kind of want to be there just because I'm one of the old students, one of the students who was with him for a long time and has known him for a long time, and I want to show my appreciation. Basically, yeah, I think that showing appreciation for professors and educators who have a positive impact on you is important and means a lot to them. And I hope that I can somehow do that for him. I don't know. Unfortunately, I cannot play the guitar. I can hardly play the recorder, but I guess I'll keep playing the recorder because I enjoy playing the recorder, since it's the only instrument that I can play. I just have to learn the notes, especially the flats and the other ones, the other ones that I call the midway ones, because I don't know what else to call them. Since when I learned them, the notes, I learned them in do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, and we only learned one, midway one. That's what I'm calling them. I'm sorry. I know that's not what they're called. If anyone is musical and plays instruments, so they will be like, dumbass, it's this, that, and the other. I'm sorry. It's just the notes that aren't like the other ones. I don't know what else to call them. I'm sorry. But we only learned one, and it was to play the Titanic theme song, which, do not ask me to play that because I do not remember the notes. And there are plenty of covers of that on YouTube. Go listen to them. There's even that one meme of the guy dramatically playing it terribly by the sea, and then you realize that the guy is actually a very talented musician, and that's just a meme. But there was one that you just had to lift the middle finger at the top or something, and then hold it like this. I don't really remember, but I can get my recorder out and try to remember how it sounds. Okay, let's see. I think I got it more or less. I think the first part is not quite right. I think the those notes are not right, but I think I understood the that one, the one where you have to lift this middle finger and then hold it like this. I do not remember what that note is called, but I remember what it sounded like. I might play that one just for the hell of it. But that one, yeah, this time it was kind of from ear, but I remember that there was a midway note. I will keep calling it that until I know what it's called. One that it's not the, you know. These are the basic ones for me. Though it's like I know it in do re mi, so it's like do re mi fa sol la si do again, and that do is the high do, and then you have re, which is like, it's different from, there's a difference. I can hear it. I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up, the microphone rather, but there's a difference, and I can hear it. Yeah, for someone says, "Oh, I love music so much." Yeah, I should have learned the notes, and I should have learned how to read scores, but I never did. And yeah, I'm sorry to myself, mostly, for not trying harder. You know, I could have just gone outside and tried to learn. Yeah. Yeah, it's kinda. Like I said in one comment to one lovely person who commented, and my friend is probably my homie, the original one, is probably laughing really hard at this, because she couldn't play the recorder since she has like really tiny hands, and could not get the low re. I don't know the alphabet versions. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I really don't know. But she couldn't get that note because her finger was really small. And yeah. And she's probably laughing really hard about this. And will laugh even harder if I post just a separate video trying to play the song. Maybe I'll try to look up one of those easy follow along scores. Not scores, just the song, the notes. Since I know the tempo more or less, I can sort of follow along. But yeah, I could have tried harder. I could have gone and played in the yard or something. I could have done so many things, even when I was in uni, not learned here. Like, yeah, my education was all over the place, but I did do middle school in here, so that's the reason why I only know the do re mi fa sol la si version of the notes, and the midway ones are not part of my repertoire. I keep calling them midway. They're not midway. They're called something else. Probably flats. What did they call it? Flat. There was something else, but yeah. I learned it like bemol and sustenido, but we didn't really get to learn those versions. Only that one, which I think it's a fa sustenido ou si lá sustenido. I'm saying this in Portuguese because that's how I learned them. I did those 2 years in middle school here, so that's the reason. Shocker to anyone. Yeah, because I since it's also messy, I just go like, yeah, well. And the truth was that my teacher was someone who had come from France, so it wasn't a lie that I learned that way and no other way, because the teacher was very adamant about the do re mi fa sol la si. Do re mi fa sol la si. Yeah, but yeah, that's the reason why I don't know the A B C D E F G. I think that's where it ends. Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably it. I've never heard of a note called H, so yeah, I'm going to assume that it ends with G. But I don't know those. I don't. I only know that version. If I could read scores, it would be a different story, because those are the same regardless of if it's alphabet or the do re mi version. I think. Don't quote me. I don't know. I'm just assuming, because the notes all look the same. They just have the symbols, and I don't really know what the symbols mean. I hardly know what the other things mean. I just know I can count the notes from bottom to top, basically. And when I start seeing the notes with the drawing, the little ball, and then it goes, the leg goes up, I'm like, nah. I don't know what the hell this means. And then some of them have more than one, like, little extra foot. Some of them have many feet. Many foots, yes. Many feet. And I don't know what the hell that means. I don't remember. I literally only had those 2 years of musical education, and my teachers, I had to, the French one and The other one was kind of, he was nice, but not very interested in teaching, I guess. I mean, when he noticed that someone was interested, he tried a bit more, but overall it was just learn the notes, learn to play these songs, and just get out of here. And we didn't get to learn any instrument aside from the recorder, so because it was public school. I know that some private schools kids learn how to play the guitar, but that was not my case. And I know of one guy who went to a private school and they could learn the guitar, but he didn't like music, so he didn't learn the guitar. And I was like, you bitch. Mean, but I mean, if you if you like music, I mean, if I had the chance to learn the guitar, and especially in his case where they didn't even have to buy any guitars, I would have tried to learn it, because I always wanted to learn an instrument. I usually say I didn't have dreams, and I didn't, because they were just cut short. But in the back of my head, I just wanted to learn how to play an instrument. Even though music was not welcome in this house, and it still isn't. I am playing it right now because the reason I'm so odd and so low on the self-esteem realm is not here at the moment. So that's why I could just pull up the recorder and play a terrible rendition of the Titanic song. Sorry, Celine Dion. Sorry, James Cameron, I think, is the director of the film. I don't know. One thing though that I just remembered, since I'm just rambling about music today, and regarding crochet, I just kept doing the thing for my friend. I sent a picture of the progress, and I have not gotten anything in return yet, so I'm kind of scared that she hates it. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's probably not something I should have brought up, because but yes, the same lovely person was saying that tuning a guitar was not that hard, and someone else also told me that I guess I just have to buy some strings, try to find them for cheap, and do my best, even if I have to go to the yard. And of course I will not be able to learn how to play it until Thursday, but I will still have the contact of the professor, and I could still send him a recording of me playing a song. Also, I could get a harmonica, since they're very cheap, especially the plastic ones, the ones for kids, and they make a similar sound. I also can get wire very cheaply, like 1 meter, which in American I don't know what that means, but 1 meter, it's around this 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 long. Maybe. Mm, I have a tape measure somewhere, but it's like it's around this. Okay, so let's say mm, uh, let's say it's around the length of my arm. I'm not sure. Uh, it's 1 meter. I know what it is because 1 meter is 1 meter. It's not based on random feet. And I'm sorry, but it's just something that I don't understand. And the maths you have to do, I'm just like, cut that because I'm really bad at maths. But what the hell was I saying? Oh my god. 1 meter of wire, yes. I got it. Yeah, medication working. 1 meter of wire is just like €2 tops. If it's thin wire, which is what I would get, it's probably even less than that if I go to the right place. And I live in a rural area, so that's probably the reason why I'm not so. I don't want to say I'm a doomer. I'm just rural, and things don't really get here. And that's probably the reason why I don't really like cities. Yeah. But for example, this kind of stuff, it's very cheap. In rural areas, if you go to the right shops, like shops owned by older people, and it's kind of a shame, I would say, that these shops are scarce, but there's still a couple of them that still do practice the old prices. So yeah, one of them doesn't even have like an ATM thing, like a card reader thing, so you have to pay with cash always. And they sell things very cheaply. I suppose for that exact reason, I think you have to pay if people want to pay with cards or something. I don't really know. I never had a business. But yeah, if I go there and ask for wire, I'll probably get 1 meter of it for €1 or two. And that's more than enough to make like the contraption to hold the harmonica, Bob Dylan style. Yeah, I wish I could play the guitar and do that, but I don't even play the harmonica. But it's another hobby I could pick up. I would just have to fix the strings of the guitar, tune it, and try to practice in the yard with the chickens and the ducks. And the hay. Because the place I'm thinking is literally a hay loft. And maybe you'll see it one day. vlogging from the hayloft. Doing a whole tour like, welcome to my loft. Then opening up the door and it's just the place where the donkey used to sleep. There's a staircase without any railings, and then just go. There's a lot of space, and there's a room at the end of the place where they used to store the hay. There's still old hay in there, but it's not been used for that purpose in a long time. And the room at the end of the hayloft was for one of my uncles. Yeah, it's a strange rural story from the 80s. They did not have tap water in there. They had a Shrekloo. They had a traditional kitchen. There was a well, like a water well, where they could go and get water. There was a sink, a traditional sink, one of those that has like a hole and the water just runs into the land. Since the soap was the old school kind that was very mild. When I say mild, I mean that it wasn't toxic. It didn't have many chemicals. It was just grease and some perfume, some natural perfume. Which reminds me of something else that I shouldn't forget. Yeah. But that would be the place I would go to practice the guitar. Once I managed to tune it. And then I could just send the professor one recording of me like, see, I did it. Yeah, I wish I could do that. I will try, maybe. If I manage to get those strings and find a way to replace them. Because if I order them, it's a lot cheaper. And if I learn how to replace them, that's also like free. Save for the electricity of having to look up tutorials. But yeah, that's fine when compared to having to go somewhere and having someone else do it, because they charge, obviously, and rightfully so. Yeah. Anyway, I've been rambling for so long already, and I have not done anything. Yeah, I've kept playing the Dream Daddy Roots. I played Mats. I will play Hugo's and Craig's. I will leave Craig for last because that's the old school homie. I want to know. I'm curious. I want to know how that'll end. I like Matt's route, though it was kind of hard for me personally because it's again, it's the music. I had trouble with him because I couldn't pick the right things and had to keep going back and loading to get the right choices. At first, the last date was just breezing through, but the middle ones were just the first and second one I kept messing up. Especially the one with the concert where there was a mini game, where you have to avoid youths I kept messing that up, and that just messes up the whole date, the score overall. And I didn't want that, so I kept trying. It took me 3 tries. 3 is the charm. And then, yeah, he's a single dad. He used to play in a band with his wife, Rosa. He has a daughter called Carmencita. God, what the hell is that? Something like a dying old man. He has a daughter called Carmencita. She becomes friends with the main character's daughter. This time I call him Sam. I'm just creating alternative dads for each of the roots because it feels wrong to have the same one. Judge me. Yeah, judge me for taking this too seriously. I'm not taking it seriously. It just feels weird. Like, that's why I was so upset with the devs sticking to their guns so hard with the Joseph roots. Like, I was not going for that guy because I thought he was the greatest. I just wanted to play all the roots. It was actually one of my least favorites because I read them immediately, like beard, fake, looks like a recovering bully. The whole preacher thing was just strange, and then I was reading, and apparently there's a secret ending that was probably meant as a gag, but then the dev started saying that people were immoral for not liking the ending, and I was like, that's not funny. Shut up. Thank you for the game, but shut up. If people are giving you criticism for one of your decisions, take it. It's fine. Nobody's saying that the character design was bad. Nobody's saying that anything else was bad. Just take the criticism. Saying that keeping a bad marriage, a toxic marriage going for the kids when the kids are clearly not okay is good, is a terrible lesson. Please understand that the wife of that guy was an alcoholic because he was a cheater, and it's implied that he cheated on her with Robert. I just, still ranting about this. Nobody cares. These are my vlogs. If I was in therapy and I started talking about playing some game called Dream Daddy, the therapist, depending if it was a good therapist, would be like, daddy issues? And I would be like, have you been listening to any of my other stories? The answer is yes. And the main character of the story, depending on how you, regardless of how you dress him, always has daddy issues. So yeah. I guess the game is made for people who have daddy issues. And there's lots of dead spouses, and apparently that's explained with the secret ending that didn't see the light of day. I'm not even sure if it's still in the game. But um, apparently it was Joseph with a cult or something that got rid of a lot of the spouses. I wonder what happened to Ashley, the Craig's wife or something, the mother of his children. Smashley. Yeah, I'm curious about that, and I want to play Hugo first because I want to know if that changes the ending. I mean, surely it will change the ending since Amanda goes like pew pew, and then it's like, hey, wait a minute, you're not my teacher anymore. You don't have any power over me. But if Hugo is the romantic interest, then what will happen? So I'm interested to know that. As far as the character designs go, I think I like all of them except Joseph. I really just wouldn't trust someone who looks like that. Because I've never met anyone who looks like that who is someone I can trust. Save for one guy who was from Zimbabwe. Yeah, colonizer. But it was pretty nice. It was nice. And it was just he was white, blonde, blue eyes, pale, but he was passing like he had black ancestry, from what I understood. And he was very nice. And not a bully at all. It was just, yeah, it was very nice. And he flocked to the other people who had come from Zimbabwe, like black people. He was the only white person from Zimbabwe. And he flocked to, well, his people, you know. So yeah, we can say with certainty that he wasn't racist. At least. I mean, I didn't get that impression. And he seemed to want to get like the approval of his peers from Zimbabwe, which was something that I noticed. Yeah. And he was always like, yeah, I'm from Zimbabwe. When people, and people will be like, even I was like, really? I felt like the idiot from the Mean Girls film. But you're white. And then I was suddenly hit with, oh, yeah, colonizations. But I didn't say it. I didn't say it out loud. I did not say it out loud. But I thought it, and then I was like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. Oh my god. Brain fart moment. Yeah. Music. And the thing that I did not forget, there's one channel on YouTube, and this is gonna be the last thing I talk about before I go away. Tomorrow I will not vlog, but on Thursday I will do a voiceover for the Whittling recording that I have on my phone, since I have time in the morning while I wait for the train. There's a channel on YouTube. That I suppose there are several, so this will not be an indicator of who it is. But they give they talk about sustainability and stuff like that, and consumerism and things like that. This doesn't tell you anything. Because I've since I watched one video on that, I got recommended a couple, so I know that there are many channels like that. And someone was talking about sustainable ways to do things, and I was just like staring at it like, so I've been living sustainably until now. Interesting. So living sustainably means being poor. That's interesting. Because they were going all about, the soap, that's natural. You can get this and that and use natural ingredients to perfume it and stuff. And you can clean with this, and you don't have to buy all this and all that. And yeah. And there was another one that I saw, another take. I'm not sure if this was on YouTube or what, but someone was giving tips on soap, like for the hair shampoo and stuff, and how to make your own. And one of them was saying, oh, you don't need conditioner. And I was like, excuse me, I don't need what? Do you know how dry my hair is? That was the whitest take I've ever seen in my entire life about hair care. Like, excuse me? If you have curly hair, you know what I mean. Even if it's thin like mine. You need conditioner if you want to have longer curly hair. Otherwise it'll just look like a wildfire waiting to happen. Like, dude, if you have straight hair, just say, I have straight hair, so I don't need conditioner. But just saying you don't need conditioner is like, okay, so should I just shave my head? Or be like a puff of dryness? Because my hair is not like African hair, but it's curly enough that it gets very dry. And my brother's hair is like that as well. My whole family's hair is like that. That's the one thing that stuck even with me, despite this lily white color. That, yeah, I inherited. But the rest of my family is dark skinned, especially the ones from North Africa and the Middle East. The ones from the Middle East have long since gone to the island. Since before the conflict, when it was still safe and not just fleeing or whatever the hell, or you're privileged enough to leave and stuff. Yeah, people just left, and yeah, it's not really that personal, but basically, yeah, people were forced to convert to Catholicism, so yeah, that's why I'm Catholic. It's fine. It's the same God, it's the same stuff. The books are all the same. They're a trilogy. The wild trilogy of the Middle East. With all due respect, I sincerely respect the stories. It's just that when I look at them, they all seem to tell a similar story. Like, they all seem to be related, if that makes sense. And I know for a fact, since I'm already past 1 hour in my monologue video, it's a therapy appointment. I'm so sorry. I'll post record this song to make up for it. I'm sorry. Oh. Yeah, I'm just, I never expected to have subscribers at all. And it feels like entering a conference room and seeing a lot of people in there and being like, oh, you're all here to hear me talk about the blues. That's great. Get ready to hear about Pact with the Devil. That was just an excuse people used to say that they were good, not because they were, but to appease the white people who didn't think that black people could be good at music. Which is the general consensus as to why there are so many stories about Pact with the Devil in the blues. Let me pause a second to try to remember what I was talking about. I got it. I know for a fact that there are some elements in the Holy Bible that were lifted right from the Gilgamesh epic. And if you go with what's left of the Gilgamesh epic, you'll know exactly what I mean. It's not very long, since they couldn't recover all of it, but it's the first recorded work of fiction, if I'm not mistaken. It was recorded in stone, but some of the bits of the stone were lost, so they had to kind of try to piece together what was missing. So some parts are just kind of wonky, but you'll know what I mean, especially with in the first part of the Holy Bible, like the origin story, the Genesis. But yeah, that's only to say that influences have been around for a really, really long time. So yeah, stories have inspirations from other things, and I'm not saying that the book is fake or not. It's the fallacy of the witches. If I say that there are witches on the roof, you have no way of verifying that there are witches on the roof. So it could be real or not. Yeah. Some logical fallacies, yeah, are okay. Like that one is just okay. If you say it in this tone, you can say it's not true because you have no way of proving it. So yeah, and the other person is forced to be like, but witches aren't real. How do you know that? Have you ever seen a witch? How can you know that? It's that logical fallacy. People are skeptic and be like, ugh, but witches aren't real. And the other person is like, and how do you know that? Who told you that? Show me proof that witches aren't real. And you just can't win with that because, yeah, you can't prove that witches aren't real. So it's the same thing with this kind of thing, with belief. And that's why I believe in the power of belief as well. It's kind of, it's part of the reason, though, I mostly believe in the power of belief because I think that there's something that if people believe in something, that a lot of people believe in something, then that thing is true, is real, one way or the other. Yeah, that's thought form. That's why I believe in the power of belief more than anything. Yeah. And that is it. That is enough. I am so sorry this is so long. I will record myself playing the recorder, the guitar. I wish the recorder. Record myself playing the recorder. And yeah. To the people who have been around for a while and show up for me, thank you very much. Just stay as long as you want, leave whenever. This goes for everyone who's just listening to this while doing something else. I suppose some people might do that, since yeah, why would you be here staring at me? But yeah, I'm very thankful. I never thought my little therapy rambles about everything and nothing would attract anyone to subscribe. Like, I really, yeah, it feels nice. It feels like I'm being heard, and I get to use my voice, which is good. And while I don't really get feedback, I do get some feedback, which I'm extremely thankful for. What I mean is that I don't get the therapy feedback, if that makes sense. But honestly, with my experiences with therapy, yeah, that's probably for the best. And that's probably the reason why I'm just like, yeah, I'm wary of weirdos online and people being nasty to my appearance, to my way of being, to my existence and stuff. But I'm like, I've had so many bad experiences over the course of my life. I've had so many bad experiences in therapy. I live in a good place, but with restrictions that I'm just like, yeah, I can just shadow it. Since it's not something I've never heard before, so yeah, this has been my podcast. I'm sorry. If you listened until now, thank you very much. I am thankful. If you stopped halfway, well, you're not listening to this, but I'll write it in the description. Thank you as well. And yeah, this has been today's very, very long vlog. There was no reading exercise. You can do it on your own if you want. There are many videos on YouTube that you can look up, catered to your needs, done by people who are more qualified probably than me. Probably, I will say probably. I don't know. But there are some people who have the label of professional somewhere. Yeah, so if you want to do that. I will do that on my own, because this is getting long, and I still want to write, and I want to record the recorder. But yeah, this has been way more than enough. Way too long. I wish that you have an amazing day whenever you're listening to this. I hope that tomorrow is also good for you. And that, yeah, if this is the last video you see from me, that your life just goes peachy and everything is just minty. As far as lives can be, it's like this. It's never just all bad or all good. And we need to understand that. Yeah. So that's it. That's all. That's enough. And I'll be back. That's a threat. Bye.